Okay. Dawn, you have permission to continue recording. Laura, you have permission to continue recording even after I say stop. Those are for business purposes, okay? For notes, anything like that, because I have a tendency to ramble. Really, that's what this meeting is about. For the last 30 days, I've had to go on a self-exploration personal mission. And it involved a lot of emotions for a lot of people. And it was a fast track, a crash course, if you will. And, you know, it came back, things changed, people changed, lifestyles changed, life changed in 30 days, you know? And it's really about a perception change. And what we're going through and what we want and how we want to accomplish things. And having someone special beside you at all times is extremely important. And even if they're not there, or maybe, you know, the possibility that, you know, that void could be filled by something or someone else, it's never the same. And part of being in society right now is trying to sacrifice who you are to fit into a mold. And I'm not that person. I'm not that kind of person to sit back and do nothing. And I've reached out and I've asked a few people and ran a business idea. I call it a business. But really, it's just a bunch of people that are ready to stick our hands in the pot and stir some shit up. Really what it boils down to. And we're tired of sitting back and doing nothing and watching the news media portray a story that isn't real. And so what I would like to offer is I would like to offer my time and my energy and my willpower to go order a scene, just like I'm going to Jack in the Box to order the munchie meals. Okay? And I'm going to custom order this scene so that it's peaceful and that it's loving and caring and that people know how to give. And I'm going to ask a lot of people to follow me blindly in some cases, because I don't make sense to a lot of people, okay? And I barely make sense to this young lady here and to another woman who took the time to learn me and see a perception that was completely different and much easier to follow. And it allows you to be yourself, to be creative. And I have a tendency to go off on tangents and say things that you guys may not understand. And so I've asked these people to step forward and be my filter, if you will, because there's going to be some things that I'll say that may not make sense now, but they'll make sense in the future. And I'm trying to attract as many people as I can in the shortest amount of time to change their lives in the quickest way possible. And one plan that I came up with, the help of others, was to meet up at the Indian tribe where the black snake or the oil pipeline is coming through, and they're using dogs and pepper spray against the people. That really ignites a fire inside of my heart. And these people can't defend themselves. So I'm going to go help them. But I'm going to take a peace reactor, and I'm not going to use oil to get up there. And I want to do an online collaboration with all of the plasma engineers, regardless of who you are, where you are, Keshe Foundation, who you follow, I don't care. If you have knowledge of plasma and you can help my truck and another vehicle in Montana become completely fuel non-dependent. We will drive both of those vehicles there. There's already an international community. There's already an international media presence. America isn't being told the truth, and I want to show America the unbridled truth about what's going on there. And I can stop that black snake. I can stop that need for oil. And I can show the world in one sitting. But I need your help to get there. And I'm going to call upon the Texas Rangers. I'm going to call upon all of the veterans. I'm going to call upon all the good old boys who have big trucks and big fucking dogs. I don't need your guns. I need your presence. They know we're coming, and they're going to put up a fight. And I need the state troopers to stay out of the way, because this is nonviolent. You can join the people. Or I have a feeling these big trucks might push you out of the way. And we're not here to cause destruction. It'll be the lowest high-speed chase you'll ever see. But I'm going to raise some eyebrows. And I'm on a mission, and I'm not going anywhere until I finish this mission. Because I'm so tired of seeing people my age who are struggling to be kids and be happy. I can't hang out with anybody my own age because they're too busy working and they're too afraid to live. They're too afraid to do anything. And that's not the way the world I want. And so I need people who are just going to stand there and stand behind me and make a wall and push these fuckers back. Because I'm tired, and I know you guys are. And right now our freaking planet is in such disarray. Nobody knows what to look for. Nobody knows who to look up to. And all I can do is just be a role model, and I'm going to forge the way. I'm going to make the path. And I'm not going to pay for gas to do it, and I need you guys' help. My lady here might have a few words to tell you because she can feel my energy right now is extremely high. I'm shaking. And I love you guys. And it's been real hard to stay away for the last 30 days, 30 plus days. But learning who I am, what I'm here for, and how to trust has been the biggest thing. So, do you have anything you'd like to add before they start asking questions? This is her chance to yell at me.
What do you want me to say?
What are we doing here? And why did you say yes?
What it boils down to for me is that I can't tell my kids, you can be anything and you can change the world. I can't tell them to go out and change the world if I'm not willing to do that myself. And I don't know how. I don't know the first thing about how. He's got crazy ideas, but there's ideas. Nobody else has any ideas. But I'm tired of being a person who sits there and says this should change and that should change and this is wrong and they're all wrong. And nobody's doing anything about it. We all talk about it, we all get really upset and we feel emotions about it, and that's what they want you to do. They want you to feel negative emotions about what's going on. Because the more negative emotions you feel, the more negativity there is in the world. So it's time for me in my life to promote positivity, promote positive feelings, and to do something. Not only so I can show my kids that I'm walking the talk, but because this is their world I'm handed to them. And it's shitty, and somebody needs to clean it up. So if you feel like that, then hit your star, hit your wagon to the star of something that gives you hope. It doesn't have to be plasma. But hit your wagon to a star that gives you hope and follow it. And wake up every day with that knowledge that I'm going to do something today. It doesn't really matter what. But I'm going to do something today, and every day it's going to build until something changes for the better. That's where I'm at in my life. That's all I really have to say. Consider that.
I've got an idea, and I'm building a plan, and I'm asking some friends that I've met over the last couple of years during all of this to step up, and some friends that I just recently found or made. I'm asking you to step up, and if any of my words have ever made any kind of sense to you, now's the time to step up, okay? There's a big problem somewhere in your country.
An injustice you are tired of seeing every single day.
For America right now, it happens to be the Native American tribes and their burial grounds. It hits home because,
By the way,
all of my culture.
I'm Cherokee.
Yeah, all of my culture and my wife's culture here is being destroyed. I'm an Arab American. My family is from Syria and Lebanon, and they're being destroyed, but I'm an American, that doesn't mean anything to me right now. I love my country. I don't like my government. And when you try to blow up a freaking building or something like that to cover up your war crimes, that's not acceptable to me. Somebody who's involved in the murder of other people and the trafficking of weapons should not be trying to run for president. She should be trying to run from the police and jail. And if you're a fucking cop out there and you got a gun and a badge, I don't know why you even let them walk around, because that's your job. That's what you were hired for. Well, there's a lot more guns out there that we're trying not to use. And if you police officers and you peacekeepers that are supposed to be out there are not doing your job, then those people with a lot of guns are going to have to stand up. And that's what we're trying to avoid here. You're oath keepers. Keep your fucking oath. Do your job and protect the people. Same goes for your veterans. Any veteran of any war in any country out there, you fought for money. That's what every war was ever fought for. Now fight for your people. Drop your freaking weapons. Stop pulling the trigger to drop the bombs. Make a conscious decision. Choose life. Choose to give. Choose to love. I love everybody and everything. And it's really hard.
It's hard to have a soft heart in this hard world.
Very. But I'm going to tell you, you're not going to be able to push me around. I don't care what you think about spiritual people. You're about to see a pissed off spiritual person. But just like anybody, I can't do it by myself. And you don't have to be in America. You just need to be you. You need to be an individual. And you need to stand up for what's right, not for what's legal. In America, hello, kitty. In America, you need to stop this whole election bullshit. Because you don't need one snake for another. A wall is not the answer. Immigration is not the answer. Killing people in a bomb freaking place is not the answer to cover up war crimes where you killed more fucking people. Done. We need the masses to surround our people that are causing these problems. And the greatest intimidation of all is silence. A few months ago, I started a program called Operation Starving Silence. And what I want is protests to be silent. I want them to be dead silent. And I want you to stare at the people and tell them to go away with your mind instead of your mouth. And you will see diseases in your streets fade away. diseases of crime and hurt.
Can I say that it's another thing the world is waking up to is the power of meditation and the power of the collective mind, the power of the hive mind, if you will, when focused in a certain direction. And that's really more powerful than any of us individuals give credit for. And I wish that we would. I wish that we would consider it that your thoughts are energy that your body creates, and those energies send out waves and ripples into the universe and can affect change. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've completed it with my own mind. I've experienced it myself. We need some collective way to focus these. We need people who are meditators, who have been doing this for a long time, who can come up with a plan on what to do, what we need to be putting our thoughts to, what we need to be. We need a collective future that we can all envision, that we can visualize together at the same time. Because
have
that's
to share
how,
the same idea.
Yeah, the same idea of what needs to happen and how things need to change. Not and that they need to change, but that to me is a direction that we could all go from exactly where we are right now. We could all put our energy and thoughts and time to, as well as this.
This is a road trip for me. This is a way for me to reconnect back with nature and the people. And when I get to my location, okay, on my way back, there'll be groups that want to meet with us and talk with us, and that's when we get to reconnect with the people on a smaller scale when they can't meet where we want to stir the pot, and it's okay, because you don't have to be in the big pot in order to be in the mess. Okay, we can all be in the mess at home, but I need you to sit down and think quietly and turn off your computers and your TVs and things like that and sit with yourself for 30 minutes a day. And that's what she's talking about as far as meditation goes. And it doesn't matter what you think about. It's just thinking. And that's why most people smoke cigarettes, is because it gives them that space and time where they can take a break to themselves. And those that smoke cigarettes are the ones that are the most creative. They're the most resourceful. But we look down upon that in society. And a lot of things that are going to happen over the next couple of weeks are going to be based on the community efforts. One thing that you guys have not been able to understand about me, okay, and the level of knowledge that I understand, and I'm trying to bring back into this world to help people understand and live in harmony and in peace. It's really not hard once you do it, and that's changing your perspective. The hardest part is that it's opposite of everything that you've ever been taught, and that goes against the fundamentals of everything, every belief system that you have. And that's going to be the hardest thing for people to see and understand and break through. Belief
systems are hard to be challenged, because when you tell somebody, no, you believe wrong, usually it's a belief that was taught to you by your parents, so you're basically saying your mom and daddy were wrong. Yeah. And everybody's, no, they're not. That's my mom and daddy. They're the greatest thing in the world. They couldn't possibly be wrong. Or, it's a deep ingrained belief from school. And that's why it's hard to change beliefs and to even just come up and question beliefs, because there's that knee-jerk reaction of, no, they're not wrong. They can't be. How could they be wrong? And they're not necessarily wrong, just uninformed, and kept uninformed intentionally. And for me, I have a constant connection to source knowledge, source energy. It's not like ordered, and it's not like, here, go out and preach or go out and give a speech. It's just there. It's like a doctor doesn't come along and tell you all the things about the pancreas. During, when you sit there and say, I think I have trouble with my pancreas, you're going to ask questions, and he's going to give you solutions, and he's going to say, we can try this. It's the same sort of thing. You're going to have to ask questions and whatnot. You have to ask me very specific questions. and watch him go off on tangents too, which are sometimes fun to listen to, but it will sometimes get far away from the question that you had. But yeah, it's a challenge sometimes.
And I'm going to need everybody's help to try to interpret my own words into the public world. One of those is by collaborating together with this truck. Okay, this truck was graciously purchased by Dawn as part of the Infinity Project Emergency Emotional Response Vehicle. And it needs to be completely run by plasma. The devices that I have hooked up to it, that I've made so far, they're in the system. I've been able to hack into the system, as I call it. Okay, it started to nanocoat the wires. The circuit is there. There is a personality, and the personality's name is Charlie. Okay, it has not received any fuel savings, but as some of the pictures that I've shown you guys, I've been able to get 99.9 miles per gallon on the reading from my sensor. I did not receive 99.9 miles per gallon when I traveled back from 2,000 miles from California to Texas. Did not. I maintained a speed of 75, I think, just to make sure that everything was put together, everything was working all right. It's not easily maintained. There's not enough plasma there to push through the system to overpower the fuel. There's just enough plasma there to make the sensors and the electrical system go wild. And that's what we're doing. And so I need capacitors, and I need more storage banks for plasma. And that's what I need from you guys, okay? To bring your collective knowledge together. We'll do it here on the Infinity Solutions, okay? We'll work nonstop until this truck is done and plasma-fied, as we called it. And we will make plans to go north from Texas to North Dakota, where we will deliver this truck to the world as a big fuck you. We don't need your big oil. And you can back off, and you can cut down any of these pipelines or concepts of any other pipelines that are going through our country. And it's at this point that I believe that we will be activating what is referred to as the Rainbow Warriors. Because I plan on doing, with my wife and other elders from around the world, a tribal ceremony to bring forth peace. And we will incorporate these light devices with the devices and the energy of the tribes, because they believe in the powers that we're working with. That's why they were tried to be eradicated, and it's time to bring them back. And they've held that space here on this planet for so long that it's time to give back. It's time to back them up. It's time to stick up for somebody who can't stick up for themselves anymore. We're done.
Here's what I see. I see them helping you, and as soon as the collaborative effort gets it done, we'll have schematics and designs and everything that we have done chronicled and cataloged, so that as soon as you help us get this running so it doesn't use oil, we give you all the plans, and you can do it to your car, and suddenly everybody doesn't have to worry about oil.
That's right. And they can't delete it.
Because we work together.
And the more people that record this, the more information is going to be saved out there, the less likely they're going to be able to gank or hide these videos or this knowledge. And that's the collective effort that I need here, is to keep this knowledge alive and to keep it going.
If you guys have mechanic friends that have showed any interest whatsoever, if you could, drag them over for your house for a weekend and explain to them what you're trying to do, and ask them what they think would be needed, because I'm not a mechanic, he's not a mechanic, and I don't know that mechanics have been on the Keshe Foundation to help, and that's not their focus right now. But having a car plasma engine is a big, big deal, because especially if it can be retrofitted to any car that's already on the market. Think how much of a difference that would make in everybody's life. And
it's a power plant, meaning I can plug my truck into anybody's power grid.
And that effectively cuts the power to the big oil. and cuts them off from controlling us through prices of oil, or we need to go over here because we need more oil. We need to bomb them because they've got oil, or they're not doing this. So that effectively removes that thing they're using to control us.
Big oil is my target. I'm coming after you. Okay? And I got a whole army of people that love their planet a lot more than they love your oil. And you know it. And that's okay. Because we're coming, and I'm not backing down. And I got big trucks and pit bulls coming. And probably a whole bunch of pretty ladies that are just really tired of you guys' shit. So any of you guys that want to play along and you want to push back, we don't need it to be bloody. But I got big shoulders, and I have my cowboy hat on, and I have my shit kickers on, and I got some shit to kick. We're going to kick it back. And we're going to put it back in its place where it needs to be, and we're going to let our planet grow the way it needs to grow. I might be one person, but I'm not insignificant. I bring a big, big punch to this planet.
Only the people who believe they can change the world are the ones who actually do.
And I believe I can. And I need your help. Too. And I don't need you to be afraid. And I want you to plaster this everywhere. And if you can, get money to put it on billboards. Make me famous, guys. I don't care. Okay? I'll be the face of this, and she can be my manager. I don't care. All right? I feel like I'm a pit bull that's on a leash right now. I'm foaming at the mouth, and I want to bite somebody. And it's time to push back. And part of my trip in the last 30 days was making sure that I had a leash. Because I understand the powers that I bring to the table and bring to the planet. And it all needs to be balanced in life. And we are way out of balance here. So let's equal the playing field. And like I said, if you guys have a problem in your hometown, stand up. Get your big trucks. Get your big dogs. Leave your guns at home. Surround them and make them leave. And you don't have to say a word except for go. We don't want you. And you can squeeze out anybody and everybody you want out of your own town. But you better make sure that you're being kind. Because if you're not being kind, it'll come back to you tenfold. That's called karma. And I try to tell everybody you need to forgive everybody because it's not their fault. It's not their fault that they're this way. It's not their fault that they've been without for so long. This is the way they have learned to survive. And your job as people who listen to and follow me and my wife and the things that we want to teach people, the first things first is forgiveness. And I don't care how hurt somebody has made you. I don't care, how happy they've made you. You have the gift to help them. And it's your job to do so. Now, some will accept and some won't, and that's okay. But if that means that you've got to jump ship and cut your contracts, as we call them, okay, and change your belief system to get up and fucking go and do something, then please do that. And then get on here and tell us how you did that and how liberating it feels. Because that's what we need in this world right now. And we just need people that are going to stand up. And, we'll work together over the next week or so. I don't even think it's going to take that long. I think the whole idea is going to jump up. And we need to make sure that, we're able to focus this energy that is building right now. Okay? And focusing it on peace and focusing it on helping others in the local areas. Never look down on somebody when you're reaching to help them up. Make a difference in somebody's life. There's more houses out there, okay, that are empty that could house every homeless person in America. Go kick the fucking door in and give yourself a house. Take care of it. upgrade it, love it, because it's there. It doesn't belong to some paper company. Now, don't take what isn't yours, okay? Don't loot anybody. Don't steal from anybody. Share what you have. The world will be nicer, and it will be the way we want it to be. And being peaceful beings is what we want to be. Because I know I've never once in my life ever wanted to kill anything until I was on some sort of a drug or some sort of influence by media, whatever it was, when I thought it was okay. But it's not. And learning and knowing that is the message here. We can all live together and everybody can have the same stuff, all right? But there is, like, you know, my wife and several memes have pointed out before, there is a difference between equality and equity. And we want equity. It isn't equality that you're searching for, it's equity. And that means that everybody has the same opportunity. Equal playing field across the board. Everybody can see the same picture at the movie screen. And that takes unity, and that takes coming together, and it takes creativity. And really, that's what this is all boiling down to, is just being creative to be peaceful. And if that means I need to build a wall of people around some people that are being jerk-offs, then let's do that. Okay? Because that's a whole lot easier. And treat them like a hero. Pick them up, put them on your shoulders, carry them out, and then take them out to the damn trash if that's what you need to do. Toss them in a dumpster. Make a statement. The mobs do it. Why can't the mobs of people do it? They do it to intimidate politicians. Well, let's intimidate some politicians. Let's make them make a choice. It's time to push back, guys. Don't hurt anybody. Don't kill anybody. Be fair. Be safe. Do what's right, not what's legal. And if the police officers out there aren't on board, which I believe they are, do what's right.
They got to be waking up just like everybody else.
Everybody's the same.
They see the worst all the time. They got to be sick of it.
Learn to love and keep that gun in your damn freaking holsters and you won't have a problem. Don't let the media play into making cops look bad and making people fear police officers. That's bullshit. I've got family that are police officers. They're good people. I know many. Many of them have taken me out fishing in the past because I'm a veteran. So they're all good people. Everybody's good. All you have to do is look at somebody in the eye and say, thank you. I love you. And they won't know what to say. They'll blush. They'll turn their face. But it might be the first time they've heard that all day. And you could have made the difference between them pulling that gun out and making a choice, or smiling and thinking about somebody who said, I love you today. Change their focus.
They're always looking for the bad in people. We got to show them the good. We got to put it in front of them blatantly, because they're trained to see the bad in people, see the guilt and the oh no and the nervousness. So.
And when you take the time out and you meditate right now in your life,
be kind.
Yeah. Imagine what it would be like to give somebody $100 tip. There's somebody on this forum here that knows what it's like to see somebody's face light up when you give them a $100 tip. Not everybody can do that. But it's that spark of interest. It's that spark of light that you want to invoke in people. Be generous. Like Andrew says, be kind. If you've got 5 extra cucumbers that you're not going to eat, give them to your neighbor. Be proud that you're doing it. You know? That's life, guys.
When you're extra kind to somebody who hasn't seen much kindness, at the very least, they're going to go away and they're think about why. And that there are still people out there in the world who are willing to show kindness. And it makes them question why they're not that way. And it makes them question
Be nice.
everything. You know, and maybe people just need to ask themselves questions. And if being kind to anybody and everybody will make them all question everything, then that's step one. And kill them with kindness. If you're going to kill them. There's a song out right now, Kill them with kindness.
I'm currently looking for a sponsor that would be able to provide wireless internet for my truck so that we can do live broadcasts from wherever we choose. Usually a satellite internet, something of high speed, obviously. I know it exists, and I know it's out there, and I know that there are people who have access to that. And I'm putting a call out to that because this is very important for what we're doing here, and that people need to see it in order to believe it. And that's the reasoning for needing this wireless high-speed internet. And I need my phone service is Verizon, if that helps. Okay. And anything in my vehicle that I use, okay, will be promoted as part of the program. So you can choose to be part of the sponsorship if you want. Okay. I already have the stuff in my vehicle. You don't get to choose who wants to be what. So what I have, I will be contacting those organizations, and I will say, this is what I have and this is what I'm using, and you can have a piece of this fame if you want, okay, for promotion of things that we used and everything in this truck. And I have a lot of stuff. And because I'm already using it, I think the company should pay me to talk about it or show that I'm using their product. And trust me, there are a few products out there that I know, okay, my supplement program, the supplements that I was taking, that everybody wants to know about and learn so that they can try to be like me mentally, okay? It's all there. That's all part of marketing. And I'm about to market
Honestly,
myself.
it was a whole lot of meditation. I mean, months of daily meditation for 4 to 5 hours a day. And I think you can get there without supplements if you just did that.
You can, if you're in a cave with no teenagers.
Well,
so there are a lot of things that we can, continually add to the truck. Okay, there are businesses out there that have that kind of cash flow that we're looking for to sponsor this, and it's not ongoing. This is a one trip up to the pipeline, and it's a support for peace. That's what this is. This is a call for peace. And if you got deep pockets, or you have a business that has deep pockets, then it's time to dump them out now, okay? Because we can make changes. And I got a whole lot of friends that are ready to make those changes and implement this for you guys because you can't figure it out. So let us help, all right? I'm just an average cowboy that spent a lot of time thinking about different ways that he can fall in love with his lady. Yeah, give me the dirty looks.
oh well.
Okay?
You gotta remove this from the dog's mouth.
This is what I've been doing because I know that I died inside. I wasn't in love with her anymore, and she's the one thing that I want most in this world, and I couldn't do it because I was so worried about everything else in the world. Well, I found a solution for everything else in the world so I could spend time with her. She gave me the world a couple of years ago as a Christmas gift. And it's still floating around here somewhere. And I promised her that I'd give her the universe, and this is the best I can do right now. I need you guys' help. I need America to fall in love again, not necessarily with me or with her, but with us, and the idea of being in love.
The idea of peace is what they need to fall in love with.
The idea of peace. And we don't need war. We don't need corrupt politicians. And, if you give me something and I tell you I'm going to do it, I try to do that, I try to take care of that for you as much as I can. But I'm only one person, and I get a lot of requests from a lot of people. And now I have to put a network out to kind of catch those questions. And when you ask me the right question, I'll give you the right answer. I'll give you the solution. It's already in its simplest form, but you have to ask me the question. I don't just know it, okay? And that's really what we're boiling down for right now. And I'm going to go ahead and end this recording here after Andrew comes back and says goodbye. And then we're going to open it up for questions, and we can do a recording for the questions. I don't want it to be extremely long. Come say goodbye. Come say goodbye. We're waiting for you.
Of course I'm not. Should have.
You'll be all right.
He ate my thing.
You're
My
human.
charger thing.
Shouldn't have left it on the ground. Don't give me dirty looks. You told me the same thing yesterday.
I wasn't aware it was on the ground, but okay.
Just say goodbye to everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Say I love you and everything's going to be all right. Okay? We're just normal people.
I love you, and let's make everything all right. Because I'm tired of it not being all right, and somebody else being in charge of making it right, and they don't give a shit, or they don't care. They don't think that it's their problem, it's somebody else's problem. Well, it's everybody's problem, and somebody's got to say, okay, this problem I want to fix, and this problem I want to fix.
And I got a way to do it. So, love you guys. We get off of here for the Infinity Solutions for Tuesday, September 20th. And if you're recording, please stop your recording now. Okay. Everybody break your recording, even Dawn and Lori.